Hello, this is your host of Survivor. Today we are in the beautiful and dangerous country of Egypt, where we are going to be following the story of Moses and the Pharaoh and their rivalry. Let's get started.
So I've had a pretty hard life. I mean, when I was a baby, my mom, she couldn't take care of me, so she left me floating in a river. Thankfully though, the Pharaoh's daughter found me, but then I had to be raised by the Pharaoh. I mean, I knew I was Hebrew and everything, but I hated the Pharaoh. And one day, I just kind of lost it, you know? I mean, I saw this Egyptian beating up a Hebrew slave, and I just killed him, and I regret what I've done, but I know it was better.
So, how are you on this fine day?
I'm horrible. Moses, who I've raised like a son, all of a sudden decides he's gonna kill one of my slave drivers, claiming that it's unfair and he wants me to free all of my Hebrew slaves. But how am I supposed to get any work done if I don't have any slaves? So then I tell him to go away. So he runs off into the desert, and now he's back, claiming there's some one God that he believes in and that I'm supposed to believe in. How are you?
I'm good.
You know, I was just really touched by Moses' story, and I feel like I really have to agree with what he's saying, so I think at the next tribal council I'm going to vote Pharaoh off.
Okay, so what Moses is saying, I think it's just like one big fat lie, and I think that it's wrong that he's spreading these rumors about the Pharaoh when they're not being true. So I'm definitely going to be voting him.
Whoosh!
Moses said that God had warned him not to go there because their land was overrun with frogs, and I didn't listen, because why should I listen to a Hebrew like Moses? And there were gnats and flies, and they were tormenting us Egyptians. Oh, it was horrible. And there were plagues, so many plagues, it was horrible, and it's all Moses' fault, but I am not going to let him win.
So God came to me, and because the plagues didn't work, and he told us how we could defeat the Pharaoh. To do so, we'd have to go to the Red Sea, which will split with us, the Israelites and I, and the Pharaoh on the other side, and we will have defeated the Pharaoh then.
Hello everyone, so here we are today at our tribal council, and I just wanted to take a quick moment and talk about how this relates to our lives. So something that we've noticed in this episode is that God is on the side of the poor and oppressed, and that God is always with us and never gives up on us. And I think that this sort of relates to the refugee crisis, and how although this is not true for everyone, some people are very welcoming to the refugee crisis, and they represent God in that sort of sense. And this can relate to us because we can try and help these refugees by doing things like writing letters and global studies to politicians to tell them that we should be letting in these refugees. So how are you feeling at this tribal council?
I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm not gonna get voted out because my crew and I, we painted lamb's blood over our doorsteps so that God would pass over us and protect us, like in immunity. And so I just think that this would be something, it's gonna be great, like, and I think I want to call it Passover.
Passover is actually something that is still happening today, and it was inspired a long time ago when God told Moses to tell the people to cover their doors in lamb's blood so that God would pass over them and their sons would be saved, because God said that he would kill all firstborn sons. So by putting the lamb's blood, then everyone is saved. So that's what Passover is. I'm sorry, but you've been voted out. It's your time to go.
I think it's really unfair that I got voted off. I mean, everything they're saying about me is totally fake. How could they do this? Moses is totally wrong. And why do all the Hebrews need to be free anyway? They're wrong. I should still be on the show.
Thank you for watching Survivor. From this TV show, we are able to see some truths. One being that God always keeps his word, and that God is always on the side of the poor and oppressed, and that God will never abandon us. Whoosh!
Hey everyone, it's God here. I just wanted to talk about what happened after Moses and the Israelites escaped. They traveled for a long time until they reached Mount Sinai, where I called Moses to meet me, and I gave him the 10 Commandments. Unfortunately, Moses spent such a long time up here that the rest of the people grew impatient. Aaron, Moses' brother, decorated a calf with gold, which the people started worshipping, and naturally, Moses was furious. He broke the tablets upon which the 10 Commandments were written, but I forgave Aaron and the others, and told Moses to bring me more stone. I then gave him the 10 Commandments again, which are still upheld today.
Up next, Trixie and the 10 Commandments.
You should not take the word of the Lord, our God, in vain. Oh my God, a bug. Oh my gosh, a bug. You shall not desire anything that is your neighbor's. You shall not steal. Don't steal anybody's. Get out. That's my part. Do not steal. Don't steal my parts. Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. Do not lie. It's not good. Next, honor your father and your mother. So pretty much be nice to your mom and dad. It's the key. Do not commit adultery. Just don't cheat on your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your grandma or your grandfather. That's just not right. Observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Pretty much just go to church on the Sabbath, don't work, yell at your boss if he makes you work. There are no other gods but me. There are no other gods but me, so. Amen. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. Don't covet your neighbor's wife. They don't like being coveted. You shall not kill. Just don't kill anyone. That's bad.